What up, good people? Thanks for clicking on to today's show. It's a winner, which LAFC sadly were not on Saturday against the Galaxy.
And even more tragic was the exit of Carlos Vela during the match with an injury to his left leg.
But we'll get into that a little bit later. As always, he's Jerry Reynoso.
And he's Connor Collapsis. This is the 110 Football Show, Seattle Sucks edition.
And when does it start, Jerry?
Right now.
It's kicking off in the world of football. From Boyle Heights to Koreatown and all through the 110 corridor. An LAFC fan show by two of their biggest fans. This is where true fans come to get their LAFC fix. So rally your crew and settle in. It's time for 110 football.
For the LA Galaxy, winless and listless in 2020. They walk into Bank of California Stadium, give LAFC their first defeat of the year with their first ever shutout.
I think right here we might need to pause for just a second. Trigger warning, this is not going to be pretty. After a 6-2 defeat in Orlando, you knew the Galaxy were going to come back with a response. It just seemed like LAFC wasn't ready at all. There was no intensity, too many touches, they weren't dangerous at all. And on the other side, Christian Pavone was fantastic. He was able to float in between the lines, find the passes, and as the Galaxy built into the game, they got that dreaded set-piece goal, which gave them the confidence to go forward. At 2-0, it didn't look like LAFC was ever going to make that push that we had seen them do so many times in Orlando. And to add injury to insult, Carlos Vela comes off, looks like a knee injury. He's certainly going to be out for a couple games, and they're going to have to deal with that. So it's a tough loss in a rivalry match in a game we were all so excited for. I don't like it. You don't like it. It is what it is, but on to RSL on Wednesday. I'm Vince for 110 Football. Back to you guys in the studio.
Any minute now.
I could fill in for him.
Dude, we shouldn't have unplugged Hallie in the first place, man. I mean, she would have had him back here already for the show.
What's up, guys?
Finally! Where have you been, bro?
Sorry. I spent the morning swimming in a lake in Utah before heading back to LA. Whoa, look, still salty.
You mean the Great Salt Lake?
Well, it wasn't that great. Check this out.
Bro,
Oh my God.
you're tracking salt all over the studio.
Well, it's because of the lake, man.
While we clean up the studio and Connor, let's see what Vince asked Bob Bradley at the recent LAFC press conference.
Hey, Bob.
Vince,
Bob, how are you?
I wish you were here with me.
Same as always. One of the hallmarks of world football rivalries is obviously the differing in ideologies. Do you see now kind of the two teams settling into the way they're approaching the game and the way the games are playing out?
For me, I can only really comment on our way of playing. We're always trying to find this balance, the way we try to be a transition team and be able to go forward quickly, and yet in other moments be able to control games. The Galaxy stepped up on us in the midfield to try to create some transition and turnovers. So that's something that we always need to be aware of. So that's something that we think about for most opponents, but for sure we think about that when we play the Galaxy.
Make sure you get everything. Yeah, right there. Yeah. Here's a look at the Western Conference standings. Hold still.
I'm trying. Here's a look at the Eastern Conference standings. Ow! Dude.
And now, from his dorm room in Syracuse, here's Eli with the latest in MLS.
Thanks, Connor and Jerry. I'm loving the studio setup. And now for the latest this week in MLS. It was rivalry week, and boy, were the matches fun to watch. The week kicked off with the Hudson River Derby, the battle between the New York Red Bulls and NYCFC. This was a controversial one, as in the 59th minute, Kyle Duncan's shot from distance deflected off of Sean Johnson's hands and almost went in the goal, but then Sean Johnson saved it just before the ball crossed the line. or did it cross the line? It went to VAR and the refs ruled it as a goal. Do you guys think this was a goal? We now go to Florida for Inter Miami's first ever home match. And of course, it was against their cross-state rivals, Orlando City SC. Orlando had a fantastic run in the MLS's back tournament. Inter Miami, not so much. But Inter Miami would get the last laugh in this one, winning their first ever MLS match thanks to Rodolfo Pizarro's incredible playmaking as well as goal scoring in this match. Final score, 3-2. We remain in the South for Atlanta United's first home match since the firing of Frank de Boer. This match was a beautiful one for Atlanta United fans as Pity Martinez, the former South American Best Player of the Year, finally showed up. And boy, did he do it in style, scoring both of Atlanta United's goals, defeating Nashville 2-0. We now travel up to the Midwest for the battle between the Columbus Crew and the Chicago Fire. I wasn't originally going to talk about this one as Columbus kind of demolished Chicago 3-0, but in the 81st minute, Darlington Nagbe scored the early favorite for goal of the year. Oh my God. He kicked the ball up to himself, hit it on the volley, and banged it on the top corner from distance. What a golazo. That's my goal of the week. I mean, there's just no other option here. And lastly, we have one of the most storied rivalries in MLS, the Cascadian rivalry between the Portland Timbers and Seattle Sounders. In the MLS's back tournament, the Portland Timbers won it all, and then we got Seattle, the reigning MLS champs, really struggled to find a rhythm. But they found a rhythm late in this one as they beat their rivals in Portland 3-0 thanks to Raul Ruidiaz getting 2 goals and an assist. He is my player of the week. That's gonna wrap up my MLS Weekly Report. Back to you guys.
Yesterday, I headed to Rio Tinto Stadium in Salt Lake City to watch the match.
Check it out.
As a result of the recent shootings in Wisconsin, LAFC, with Real Salt Lake alongside Mark Anthony Kaye, have decided to postpone tonight's match. This isn't just this match specifically. All matches tonight in the MLS have been postponed. Although 110 Football is disappointed that there isn't going to be a match tonight, we do stand with the players and their right to protest. Back to the studio.
It's always a challenge to be inside enemy territory. Speaking of which, here's what happened when our friend and Sounders diehard Cheyenne visited our home turf for a friendly battle of betters.
And he was also heavily outnumbered.
Totally. And please keep in mind that this was recorded before both the Galaxy and RSL matches.
Stephen Fry trying to make himself big. Rossi scores, went the same direction. Blessing cutting back around. Blessing redirected it for an own goal. Arriaga misplayed it. Diego Rossi a chance to seal it. He has.
Oh, here's a mistake.
Another giveaway. That was Svensson this time deputizing as a center back, and Brian Rodriguez finishes.
LAFC knocked off the Sounders comfortably tonight, 4-1.
We are here with a good friend of mine, Cheyenne. Prepare yourselves. He is a Seattle fan. He is also the founder and host of the Next Generation Football podcast. Say what's up, Cheyenne.
What's up, everybody? I'm glad to be here. Thank you for that introduction.
I just want to say first, this is a long banter we had over the past few years, and I think it might be settled right here, right now, or maybe someone might prove us wrong otherwise in this weekend's match. So
yeah. So
regardless, flames are being spit, and so are facts.
Sure. First of all, let me just bring up a point, Cheyenne.
Okay.
We beat you 4-1 recently. It's not 2-1, not 3-1, but 4-1.
You guys scored an own goal, which we appreciate. Thank you very much.
The MLS's back tournament, we played very well. I think we settled some debates, like the Galaxy debate, who's the better team. And the Seattle debate, you know, who's the better team between the two, and I think, kaboom, we are. Cheyenne?
I don't know. I can't say that. And in my defense, in a tournament that didn't even matter. But it's okay. You guys can enjoy it. You guys got knocked out in the next round by a player that you used to have. But if we're talking about games that do matter, we did beat you guys on the flip side. Conference final, that's a trophy. And like, could have been LAFC's first trophy in the playoffs, but didn't happen. We turned out, we came to Bank of California Stadium. Carlos Vela, who? It was a Rui Diaz, Nico Ladero spectacular.
You live in a horrible place. At least we have sunshine.
But if you want to go overall record,
Yeah.
I believe we have a 5-1-1 record against Seattle.
Sure, you guys do have our number. I won't deny that. But as I said, the games
We
that
have 5 numbers.
No, I'm just saying, overall,
6
you
minus
guys
1.
have beaten us, I think, like, as you said, 4 or 5 times to our 1 win. But then again, like, what outweighs the other one? We've set the standards for expansion teams, the Seattle Sounders. You guys trying to replicate what we had. The trophies speak for themselves. You guys just aren't quite there yet. We were as named by the MLS the best team in the recent decade. Once you guys get to that level, then you guys can start talking more and more to us. This MLS Bacchus tournament, it was just a little warm-up. Once the full team gets healthy, once we get more smarter defenders, you could say, it's gonna be lights out, guys.
And a smarter goalie.
Smarter goalie?
Yeah, remember the shot that Simon did?
That's one.
Roll
that. I'm just saying.
Roll that back.
Roll that back.
I'm just saying, but if we're gonna roll anything back, let's roll Stephen Fry saving the 2016 MLS Cup final. The only keeper to win 2 MLS Cups, to win an MVP award in a final. Stephen Fry's a good keeper. Mistakes happen. They're always gonna be the scapegoat for everything. Speaking about keepers, you guys don't even really have a keeper right now. Vermeer, yeah, he saved Nani's, but he didn't save the one to keep you guys in the shootout in the MLS's back tournament. That's what I'm saying.
Starbucks coffee is actually awful. I don't really like
I don't drink
Starbucks.
coffee, so I don't really care.
All right, first, Vela or Rui Diaz?
Vela.
Well, I mean, I'll just say this much. Vela is more of a right winger, and he's a more creative player. Rui Diaz, they both played completely different positions. But if we're gonna go, if I were a coach and want one of the two on the team, and that's more important, that I know will make a bigger difference, I would take Vela, of course.
Cheyenne LAFC fan confirmed.
I'm not
Welcome
LAFC.
to the squad, bud. Welcome to Los Angeles. Your validation for parking is here.
Bank of California Stadium or CenturyLink Field?
You play in a football field. Like, who plays in a football field?
The best.
We did visit CenturyLink Field. The atmosphere is fantastic.
The atmosphere is fantastic, but I think there's a different vibe to both. I think CenturyLink Field, it is a football field that caters to the Sounders for soccer, but I think, you know, the Bank of California Stadium is catered towards soccer. So soccer experience, I think the Bank would be better, but like overall, like fan experience, I think I have to go with CenturyLink Field.
He said it best.
Last one. I think this one's a good one. João Paulo or Eduardo Atuesta?
João Paulo is my favorite player, and I will easily say João Paulo because I know he'll be a more successful player who's already done it, and Atuesta is too much what ifs.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't know who João Paulo was until he did good against that one team in the Champions League.
I think this debate will be settled this weekend when LAFC face the Seattle Sounders. So first of all, I'm gonna go with Campbell. What are your score predictions?
I will probably go with 4-2 LAFC.
We got 4-1 against Seattle in the knockout match in that tournament. We get them again, and we have Vela this time. We had a 4. We could probably double that up with Vela.
8?
You say 8-1, 7-1.
That's absurd.
It's absurd, but it's possible.
Okay. I'm gonna go with just a classic, like, 2-1.
You're boring.
He's so bad.
He's boring, dude.
You know, it's gonna be a fun game, but I think LAFC are gonna come up.
It's at CenturyLink Field. I'm gonna say a nice 3-1 win for the Seattle Sounders.
Achoo. Seattle suck.
It's gonna be
Bite us back in the ass.
an exciting game, and fair play to whoever comes out on top.
Yeah. Thank you, Sean, for joining us.
Thank you,
Love
Sean.
you, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for having me on. It's a good pleasure. As I said, hopefully we see Seattle win, and it's always fun to be on the 110 Football Show, as it's an amazing show to be on.
Yeah. For those who do not know, Cheyenne is the host of the Next Generation Football Podcast. Go ahead and check that out through all podcast streaming services weekly. The Battle in Seattle. Seattle, the sequel. Seattle 2, Electric Boogaloo.
I mean, I like them all, but you sound like more like a wrestler than an announcer, you know?
Jerry Fowler with the elbow drop on Sammy.
For my SmackDown with Sammy, the Black and Gold have their own business to attend to. Hoo-ah! Battle in Seattle 2, Electric Boogaloo goes down this Sunday, August 30th, with kickoff at 7 p.m. Pacific. And on Wednesday, September 2nd, San Jose Earthquakes come to town in a clash of seismic proportions.
First, let's talk about the Sounders. They're playing at home. They've got turf. That falls right into my first key to the match, and that's getting used to that artificial turf. LAFC are used to playing on that perfect pitch at Banc of California. That's not what they get at Seattle. Ball's gonna bounce a little bit differently there. They have to get used to that. Second key to the match, be aware of their superstars. They have Nicolas Ladero, they have Raul Ruidiaz, who, by the way, can't stop scoring now. They have Jordan Morris. There's a massive emphasis on making sure that those guys are not guys that make the difference for the Seattle Sounders. Finally, Seattle's revamped their back line. It'll be interesting to see how LAFC can take care of it without Carlos Vela in the lineup because of injury. Now let's move on to the San Jose Earthquakes. It's a completely different task with San Jose. Key number one to this match is win your individual duels. If you can make a dribble, steer clear of your player, get free, make a pass, a 1-2 where you lose a player, you'll always have men up in the attack. Key number two, do not create the big mistakes in their defensive half. You don't want to give the ball over to these guys. They have some real quality going forward, and they will make you pay. And third, the final key to the match, again, second game in a week, is always going to be the changes. What is Bob going to find in the substitutions, in the team formations? They've lost Carlos Vela now. Who can kind of fill in that spot? Can they do it for 2 games in 3 days? Make sure that everybody is fit and ready to go so that LAFC can get 3 points.
The 110 Football Show is brought to you by The 110 Football Show. Who's really going to sponsor you the way you sponsor yourself?
Welcome, everyone, to North America's favorite game show, 110 Football Feud. I'm your host, Dickie Shines III. Now let's go meet our teams. Team Connor, and I'm assuming you're Connor.
Yes, hello everyone. I'm Connor. I'm representing Glendale, California, all the way from Toronto.
That explains why you're so pale. All right. What? And introduce yourself, young lady.
I'm Campbell, Connor's sister.
Like Campbell, like the soup.
What is that supposed to mean?
All right, moving on. And who are you, sir?
I'm Cheyenne.
Cheyenne from Seattle.
Yeah, that's me.
Cheyenne from Seattle sells seashells by the seashore. I bet you can't say that 5 times fast.
Probably not.
All right. Now let's meet Team Jerry. And you're Jerry, right?
Yep, that's right.
I bet you have a brother that's 10 times better looking than you are.
Nope.
And we're moving on. And you must be Uncle Jay.
No, I'm Vince, the football expert. But I do have to say, I'm a big fan of your grandfather, Dickie Shines, the original.
Thank you, man. I mean, Grandpa was a G. So now to the guy in the jumpsuit.
Yeah, my name is Uncle Jay. Long Beach represent. I just want to say something real quick. Yo, Danny Trejo, he got smashed in Celebrity Family Feud. Yo, Machete, I'm coming for your head, son. Let's go, let's go.
Machete. Whew. Machete getting called out. All right, so we all know how this works. I'm gonna ask the question. Whoever buzzes the buzzer first goes first. Easy as can be. Round 1. First question is, 100 fans were asked who the best looking member on the team is.
Tristan Blackman.
Good answer.
Yeah?
All right. Tristan Blackman. Survey says Tristan Blackman. Good answer, good answer. Team Jerry, you guys are up next. 100 LAFC fans were asked who the best looking member of the LAFC team is.
Bryce Duke!
Campbell, don't give him the answer.
I didn't know your name was Vince, Miss Soup.
Bryce Duke.
Bryce Duke. Survey says Bryce Duke. All right. Uncle Jay, man.
I got this, bro.
Are you ready?
Of course, born ready, dog. Let's go.
Who the best looking member of the LAFC team is?
It's got to be LAFC nutritionist Linda Perez. She's fine, dog. She's got to be in the survey, man.
Of course, that's wrong. All right.
This is rigged, bro.
Your turn, Jerry.
I gotta make with the mature decision, man. It's gotta be head coach Bob Bradley.
Bob Bradley. Survey says Bob Bradley. Round 1 goes to Team Jerry. 100 LAFC fans were asked who the best player in the MLS's back tournament is.
Yes! Yeah, baby.
Campbell?
Bryce Duke.
Survey says, 1 out of 100. Was that you?
Yeah.
Okay, Vince.
Gotta go with my man Diego Rossi.
Diego Rossi. Survey says, Diego Rossi, number 1 answer on the list. Team Jerry, you guys are up. Uncle Jay.
Gotta go with Bella, homie. Let's go. Bella. Come on, give me that cash, man.
Bella.
That's a number 1 answer, of course.
Survey says, you're wrong. He wasn't even in the tournament.
Dog, this game is rigged.
All right, Jerry. You should know the answer.
Bradley Wright Phillips, bam, give him the points, baby. Come on.
Survey says BWP.
Yes, sir. Come on.
BWP. Yeah. All right. Round 3, final round. This is for the win. Are you guys ready?
Yo, I was born ready, homie. Let's go.
What was the best moment in the 2019 season?
What?
Uncle Jay.
Man, I'll tell you, the best time in the season is when Linda Perez gave me her Instagram. I slid into them DMs quick, son. I was like, who the hell is she, bro?
Who's this lady?
Who is she? You don't know her? Linda Perez. Let's hang, yo. Let's hang.
Survey says it's wrong, but it's okay. Cheyenne.
Come on, you got it, Cheyenne. Easy answer. It's when the Seattle Sounders knocked out LAFC in the 2019 conference final.
What?
Boo!
Which team are you on?
Survey says wrong. Team Jerry, you guys have
We gotta bring
another
it back.
chance. All right, Jerry, you know the question? What's your answer?
Dude, it's gotta be beating Galaxy in the quarterfinals.
Survey says beating Galaxy. Nice answer, nice answer. For the win, Vince.
When Carlos Vela won the Golden Boot.
The Golden Boot. Survey says wrong. Wow. Team Connor.
Okay.
Team leader.
Who's voting in this?
Who
Connor.
are these fans?
Okay.
What was the best moment in the 2019 season?
I got this. When Carlos Vela broke the single season record for most goals. Has to be it. Come on.
Survey says it's right! Wow, I can't believe it. They took the win. Well, Team Connor wins. Thank you for joining us at 110 Football Feud. That's it for tonight's show, and we'll see you next time. Welcome and goodbye. This is 110 Football Feud, and we're
Thanks,
out.
Uncle Jay.
Linda.
Oh, what a day. And that's it for today's episode of 110 Football. Thanks for watching.
Wait, not so fast. How is it that every time we play a game against you, it's rigged?
Rigged?
Yes.
Oh my God, Jerry, it's North America's favorite game show. Your team just lost fair and square. There's no rigging.
Mark my words, Blondie. Cherry Brother will advance this loss and LAFC shootout.
Join us next time for more LAFC content, comedy sketches, and analysis. And make sure to check us out on Instagram and Twitter at 110 Football TV.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For 110 Football, he's Babyface Connor.
Baby? And he's Jerry Brawler.
He's Omar.
She's Campbell.
He's Eli.
He's Vince.
I am Benny Failhaber.
Thanks for watching, and
See you next time on the 110. Wow.
Gotta be in the survey, man.
We now go to Florida. Both teams had different.
I'm on TV. I made it.
I don't think that was smart at all. I don't think that made sense.
All right, I forgot my line.
Contrast
Wait, do I have
pros
to be
and cons.
unbiased?
We're gonna be biased.
Oh, okay.
Welcome back. Well,
This game is whack, dog.
Good point, but Seattle still sucks.